welcome to my October wrap up and November TBR. I thought I'd just combine them into one video just to make life easier. So I'm going to start off with all the books that I read in October. I've got my little spreadsheet here, 5, 6, 7. So in October I read a total of 7 books, which is quite a slow month for me. Normally I sit around 10 to 12 books, but I read a total of 3,102 pages, 2 thrillers, 2 fantasy romance, 2 fantasy and 1 romance this month. So starting off the month, I read The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. So this was a new release. I think it got released on like the 5th of October or something. So I picked this one up and I actually read it in one day, I think the first weekend of October. And I gave this a 3 stars. I did really enjoy this book. I felt like it was like a great easy thriller just to read and just to like bash out in a day. To be honest, it was giving me a little bit of like It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, you know, like with the boyfriend vibes, and this kind of gave me what that didn't. Obviously It Ends With Us is more of a romance, but this, I just loved it. Like it went down a complete different obviously avenue. It's a thriller, so essentially she's looking for a boyfriend and he is looking for his next victim, and that's all you need to know. So pick it up, it's a great book. Next I read Fantasma by Kaylee Smith on my Kindle actually, but obviously the Kindle's black and white so it doesn't look as nice, the cover does, but I absolutely love this. I will be buying this in paperback. I originally rated it 4 stars, but I've bumped it up to 5 stars because I can't stop thinking about it. Like I absolutely loved it. Essentially it was giving like, I've not read Caraval yet, but it seems like a Caraval kind of book. It is the first book in a series, but I feel like they're standalones. I think they follow different characters, so this story kind of wrapped up really nicely. I know there is a second book coming out in the series and I think it follows the main character's sister. Essentially it is about Ophelia, who decides to go into a competition called Fantasma, and at the end they basically get to make one wish with the devil, and she is trying to pay off some debt that her mum has left them, and it's just great. Obviously there's trials and there can only be one person standing at the end, so it was giving like powerless. There's also a phantom in the book that is lovely, one of my favourite male characters ever. He is just, he's chef's kiss. Next I listened to The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell on audiobook. So here it is. I listened to this throughout the month and I did enjoy it. It was okay. I rated it 2 stars. I felt like it was just, it didn't captivate me. It didn't really draw me in. I do love a Lisa Jewell book and I kind of prefer her for my thrillers, but it just, I don't know, it didn't thrill me very much. It's still a good story, but I am glad I audiobooked it. I think if I would have read it, I would have left it or just like been reading it for ages. Like I would have been really stuck on it. So I did enjoy it though. I read Crooked Kingdom, which is the second book in the Six of Crows duology. So the Six of Crows, I think I rated it like a 4.25 stars. Did enjoy it. I loved the plot line. Really more plot heavy. Like it's definitely like a core fantasy. There's a bit of romance, but it's nothing major. I did really enjoy this. And then I was putting off reading Crooked Kingdom, I think, because I'd heard so much about the series. Like the series was so hyped up for me. And from the first book, I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't like, oh my god, I need to read the second. Really scared going into this because I thought it's either going to make or break the series for me. But I ended up giving it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I loved the characters. The plot line was great, but I did feel like this book slightly let down the hype that's been building purely because I felt like there was conflict for the sake of conflict almost. Obviously the end was absolutely heart-wrenching, and it is a great series, like definitely a 4-star series overall, and I love the characters, so I'll definitely be going into another one of Leigh Bardugo's series. But yeah, if you're looking for heists of different characters, some great banter between them, and I absolutely love Kaz. Like I have such a soft spot for him, I just want to give him a hug. I read Bride by Ali Hazelwood and I really enjoyed this. Like I have only ever read, obviously, this is her first fantasy, well, romantasy. It definitely is more of a romance, just with like a little bit of silly, like, not silly, but vampires and werewolves. I rated this a 3.75, and the plot was really fun. I enjoyed it. There was like mid-level stakes. If you're looking for like a vampire werewolf kind of marriage of convenience, I enjoyed it. So yeah, I think I read this in like either a day or two, and I just couldn't put it down. I loved this book so much. I read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore, obviously with the hype, and I read this, obviously it's October, well it was, so pumpkin season really. I gave this a 2 stars again. Honestly, this month has not been a great reading month for me, which it was fine. I think romances just don't hit the same way for me, like especially after Elsie Silver. Like Elsie Silver's romances really hit for me. This just wasn't given for me. I felt like it was very, I don't know, I don't really have much to say about this book. It was okay. Yeah, it was okay. And then I read Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider and loved this book. I read this book after seeing Emmy, what Emmy read it, and she kept hyping it up massively. So I was like, right, I need to read this. And I did really, really enjoy it. The plot, like at the end, what the hell? Like, what the hell was that ending? I literally gasped, and I'm still just like, what? I gave this 4 stars, but I think I might bump it up to 4.5. I'm excited for the next book. I'm not sure when it comes out, but it was such a good book, and I would recommend you to read it. It was giving just like, it was amazing. So that was October. I'm currently reading Apprentice to the Villain, so I guess this is on my November TBR anyway, because I started this at the end of October. Reading this at the minute, and I'm gonna pick, I think I'm gonna pick 5 or 6 prompts from the jar. I mean, I might not get to all of them because I'm a massive mood reader. Straight away, I already have a new release on my radar. A huge new release for me is the 3rd book in the Lightlock series, Skyshade. That comes out mid-November, so I will 100% be reading that as soon as it comes out. I'm really excited for that one. Let's pick the first prompt. I'm just going to give it a bit of a shake. I'll pick this one. Okay. A cover I love, so we're literally going to judge a book by its cover. I'm going to pick a few and we can discuss. So options for covers I love, literally judging a book by its cover. First one is Once Upon a Broken Heart, starting this series by Stephanie Garber. I mean, I don't need to explain the cover because it's just stunning. I'm not sure if I want to read Caraval first yet, so I might save this one. An option is Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. And I think this is a new release. I think this came out last month. But this sounds really interesting to me, and obviously it's stunning. So I might go for this one, about Opal, who's looking to find a better life for her and her brother. She wants to get them out of their hometown, Eden. She is offered a job at Starling House, which I think it's a haunted mansion. So it's a good book for this time of year, I think. So I think this is going to go on my TBR. The second prompt. I'm going to try and get one from the bottom this time. Ooh, gosh. Okay, so this one, start a new series. Okay, one series that's been on my absolute radar for a long time, hang on, is Serpent and the Wings of Night. I have been putting this off. I don't know why. I think it's the hype and I think it's the length. It just feels like such a chunky book. So I think I'm going to go for this. This is about apparently there's trials, there's vampires. A human is in the vampire world. I think I actually started this a few months ago, but it was intimidating me. But I've heard amazing things about Carissa Broadbent's writing, and this series is so hyped up. So I'm going to finally tackle it this month. Time for the third. What's that one? Random colour generator. Okay, let's get my phone. Okay, we've got this grey colour. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a light grey, I suppose. So One Dark Window has got, you can't even see, you literally can't even see this. It's got that grey on the spine, so we could go for this one. Obviously the Red Queen has has the crown that's kind of that colour. So we could also go for this one. I've literally just thought, I know I've got these two out, but I've got Fantasma by Kerry Lake has been recommended to me, and I've seen a lot of people speaking about it. Obviously there's a lot of grey in that cover, so I think I'm going to go for this one because a dark gothic fantasy. I think I'll really enjoy this, and it'll be nice to have a Kindle read to kind of break it up. I think I'm going to go for one more prompt, seeing as how we've got quite a few big fantasies and we've also got Sky Shade on our TBR, and I'll probably pop a little romance in between or something. So the last prompt is a Kindle Unlimited book. I mean, we've just chosen one, but let me have a little look on my phone and see if I've got anything on my radar. So we could start the Zodiac Academy, but I'm not sure if I'm ready. I'm not sure if I'm ready to delve into this yet. For The Locked Door by Frida McFadden, because this is on Kindle Unlimited and I have been thinking about reading this for quite some time now. So I'm going to pop it on add it to my Kindle Unlimited, and I think it'll be a really good one for kind of breaking up the fantasies. And I always love a Frida book, especially with the spooky dark evenings. So yeah, so on our TBR this month we've got Sky Shade, which is mid-November, Darling House, Serpent and the Wings of Night, we've got The Locked Door by Frida McFadden, and Anathema by Kerry Lake. So quite a few really good books, and like I said, like, get into this. I'm gonna be really excited to read this. I might need to read this next. Obviously we have got this that I'm still getting through as well, so I'm sure I'll update you on my November reads at the start of December. But yeah, thanks for watching if you've got this far. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, see you later.